What's up guys, my name is Technobo here for Troubleshoot, and today I'm going to take you through setting up and getting a remote desktop to work between two Windows computers. Of course, if you'd like to control your Windows computer from your phone, make sure to check the description down below for an upcoming video on that. Either way, today we're going to be going through the default built-in Windows Remote Desktop. Note that if you do want to access your PC using a remote desktop outside of your local network, you'll need to port forward a specific port to your Windows computer to connect to it from outside. Say that you're connecting on a Wi-Fi network to a computer on the same network, whether it's plugged in via cable to the same router, then this will work perfectly. Besides that, all you really need to worry about is Firewall, but I'll be taking you through that as well. Anyway, today I'll be remote controlling this virtual machine over here. It's just a virtual machine running Windows, and this could be another computer on your network entirely sitting next to you. As long as it's on the same router, this will work. Otherwise, you'll need to port forward, and then you can access it from outside the local network. On the computer you want to control, we'll press Start and type in Control, and open up Control Panel. Then we'll head into System and Security, followed by System. Then on the left-hand side, we'll go to Remote Settings, and we'll make sure to check Allow Remote Connections to this computer. Then this checkbox down here is for more advanced users, so you'd usually leave this checked unless you want to run it from another device on the same network without network level authentication, but for most people, you'll leave this checked. If you want to, you can disable Allow Remote Assistance Connections because this is something completely different to Remote Desktop. So anyway, Allow Remote Desktop Connections, and we'll hit Apply, followed by OK. Then we'll need to go back to System and Security, and we'll head into the Windows Defender Firewall. Then we'll head into Advanced Settings, and of course if you're using a firewall software or an antivirus with a firewall built in, then you'll need to go ahead and do this there. However, things are a little bit different for those programs. You need to go ahead and allow port 3389 inbound in both UDP and TCP modes. However, if you're using the Windows Defender Firewall and your antivirus or other software doesn't have firewalls in it, then you'll need to go to Inbound Rules and scroll all the way down to Remote Desktop User Mode TCP in and User Mode UDP in. If they've got a green checkbox next to them, it's probably already allowing the connection. However, we can double-click on TCP in, and as long as this is checked over here and allow the connection is selected, as well as UDP in enabled and allow, then people can go ahead and remote desktop into our computer. So, closing out of everything there, I'll next hold down Start and press R, type in CMD, and then type in ipconfig. You'll see a response like this, though yours may look a little bit different. Look for the way that you're connected to the internet. For me, I'm connected through an Ethernet cable, so Ethernet adapter Ethernet, and I'll be looking for the IPv4 address, which is this one over here, 192.168.1.14. All you need to do is either copy this or remember it because we'll need to type it in on the computer we're going to control this one from. So taking a step back, I'm now on my main Windows PC with the virtual machine over here. I'll remember 192.168.1.14. So controlling this computer over here, I'll press Start and type in Remote. Then I'll select Remote Desktop Connection and I'll put the IP in where it says Computer. So Computer 192.168.1.14. You can also check Show Options, and you can change some things over here. Usually you might want to change the display size or resolution. I'll leave it at 1080, and on the Experience tab you can adjust this over here for your line speed if you're controlling it from something other than LAN, or you're experiencing some bad lag on Wi-Fi. Usually you'll leave it as Detect Connection, and that's good enough. So once we put in 192.168.1.14, we'll go ahead and hit Connect, and you'll see this pop up over here. So we'll need to input the username of the account that's currently logged in and the password. So looking back at our virtual machine, as you can see it says C uses Steven. I can press Start and click the hamburger button at the very top, and you'll see this menu pop up over here. Then we'll look for the username that's over here. So Steven. So looking back here, I'll type Steven into the username, and because I don't have a password, I can leave it blank. Then I'll hit OK. However, of course, if you see a message like this, then there may be something blocking it. Now, the first thing is that Windows Remote Desktop needs a password set on the host side that you're connecting to. So, looking back at my virtual machine, I'll press Start and type in password. Change your password. I'll click Password over here, and I'll hit Add. Then I'll set a password, confirm it, and put in a hint. Then I'll click Finish, and it's done. Looking back at our remote desktop, I'll click connect, put in the username and the password, and we get this pop-up over here saying, do you want to connect to it anyway? I'll hit don't ask me again and I'll hit yes. Then you'll see that the remote desktop window has now opened. Now, of course, because I was controlling it via my virtual machine, I got this pop-up over here saying the connection was lost because another user connected to the virtual machine. So, of course, if you're using a physical machine and you're remote controlling it that way, then your physical machine's screen will go black, or it'll pop up with the lock screen asking you to put the password in once again. So you can only control it from one place and not both at the exact same time. If you'd like to control it from both places at the exact same time or use it without port forwarding outside of a local network, I'd recommend sticking with something like AnyDesk or TeamViewer. Anyway, I'm controlling this PC through the remote desktop connection protocol. So what does that mean? Well, if this were a physical computer, I'd be controlling it from this PC elsewhere. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. My name has been TechNober here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.